Hi everybody, this is Michael Van Horn, the Social Chef. Welcome back. Tonight I am going to be making some fish. I want some seafood, and I've been eating a little bit too much lately. But the good news is I haven't gained any weight because I've been eating in moderation. But the fact is that I've been eating some things I really need to do in a little bit more of a moderation. So tonight I'm going to be making some halibut, and I'm going to make some quinoa. A friend of mine had turned me on to quinoa, and I kind of like it, but I want to add something, change it up a little bit. So I'm going to add some shrimp and some garlic. And actually what I'm going to be doing is, a little while back, I made a Smokey Paprika Vinaigrette marinade. And I marinated my shrimp in that, and then I put it over a pasta. And it was out of this world. So tonight I'm going to be doing something similar to that, and I'm going to incorporate that in my quinoa. But I'm going to make extra of the quinoa so I have it throughout the week. However, I'm not going to add the shrimp to all of it. I'll cook it, I'll remove some of it, because one of the nice things that I like about this is that it gives me the ability to eat it cold, or later you can just add some new flavors or things to it and have a different kind of meal. So I'm going to get started here. Some of the things that I need tonight to make this is I need some peppers. Whatever kind of peppers you like. I like the color, so I'm going to be putting this into my quinoa. The halibut is going to be plain. I'm just going to marinate it in this Smokey Paprika Vinaigrette, and then I'll saute that and eat it like that. But as far as the quinoa is concerned, I'm going to need some garlic. I'm going to need some green scallions, green onions, a little bit of red onion, not much, and some peppers. I'm going to be using a little bit of Chianti, a type of red wine vinaigrette, or red wine vinegar, I should say. Some olive oil, the Smokey Paprika, which if you've never tried this is really good. I've really come to like this. Some salt, some pepper, and a little touch of wine. Not only for the for cooking, but also for me personally. I need some while I'm cooking. So I'm going to get started. I'll be back in a little bit and show you what I'm doing. And I think this is going to be something that's going to be really good. Be back soon. Now, what I've done to speed this up a little bit is I cut up my peppers and my onions. So I cut up some red onions, some peppers. I have that prepared. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start the quinoa, because that takes about 15 minutes. You want to bring it to a boil and then reduce it down. Just let it simmer. It'll absorb all the water. And then just remove it from the stove. And again, nice thing about the quinoa is that you can eat this cold. So I'll eat it tonight hot, and tomorrow, who knows, maybe I'll have it cold or I'll add something else to it and eat it a little bit different. But tonight I'm going to start making the quinoa right now. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 parts water to 1 part quinoa. I'll get this started and I'll be back. Okay, so now I'm going to start making my marinade. My marinade is the Smokey Paprika Vinaigrette. So I'm going to take a little bit of, approximately 2 tablespoons. I'm not measuring. I have been doing this long enough that I can kind of figure it out. So that is about, there we go. All right, so that is about 2 tablespoons of Smokey Paprika. It didn't want to come out there. And I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of the red wine vinegar. I'll put that in. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic to this, about 1 garlic clove. I'll put that in there and stir that up real good. So I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to save half of it, and the other half is going to be used later. I'm going to add it to the quinoa when it's almost done to give it a little bit more flavor. But I'm going to marinate my halibut and my shrimp in this. So you want to make sure you break that up if there's some clumps in there of the paprika. Make sure you mix that up well. And I'm going to add just about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of fresh pepper. Okay? So we'll mix that up. And then I'm going to take my shrimp. I have about, 6-8 shrimp in here. I'm going to take my halibut. I'm going to put this halibut in here as well. So I'm going to marinate that, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for a little bit while my quinoa is going. So I'll take half of that marinade, put it over here, and I'm going to reserve the rest. Okay? That's it. Just Coat that really well. Perfect. Now, I'm going to take this. I need to get a bigger bowl, but I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper in this, and I'm just going to let this sit to the side. I'm going to be actually sautéing this up because I'm going to add this to the quinoa when it's almost done. It gives a little color, a little bit more flavor, and I'm going to add this to the quinoa as well, the marinade that I made here with the Smokey Paprika. All right? So, I guess I got really nothing else to talk about because I got to stick this in the fridge. I'll be back in a little bit. All right, so my quinoa is done. Now, the reason I'm taking it out and putting it in here is because I am not going to be using it all. I'm going to eat this during the week. So rather than make a small batch, I can eat this cold, or I can eat it hot. Tonight, I'm going to have it hot. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to have it cold. Okay. Let's put that there. And we're just going to reserve that, put that over there for now. And somebody has stopped by to say hi. Guess who that might be? Bailey, come. Say hi to everybody. Come. Say hello. Yeah, this. Come on. Give it up for my dog. Bailey's the best sous chef in the world. All right, there you go, Bailey. Enjoy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get the shrimp out, and I'm going to saute my shrimp, not all the way through, but very close. I'll reserve a few extra. I'll surprise you with that. And then once that's done, I'm going to saute my onions and peppers that are marinated in just some olive oil, a little garlic, salt, and pepper. Be back in a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in here, about a tablespoon of olive oil. And then I'm going to add my shrimp. Saute these real quick. Now I'm not going to saute these all the way through. I'll saute them a little bit, then I'm going to remove them, and then a few of them I'm going to dice up, and I'm going to add that into the quinoa with the pepper. So as soon as this is done, I'll remove these, and I'm going to add my onions and peppers. My shrimp are done. Just going to come in here, remove these, and then I'm going to add my onions and my peppers. Now remember, this was marinating in just some olive oil and garlic, salt and pepper. Put this in a little higher heat. And while that's going, I'm going to take a few of my shrimp and I'm going to mince them up. Let's take our shrimp. I'm going to mince these up relatively fine. And this is going to go into my quinoa. So we're going to put this back on the stove. I'm going to add a little bit of green onion at the very end to give a little color. Onions and peppers will be added to it. And that's it. We're going to add those remaining shrimp that we diced up. Put in there. And then I'm going to add some of the quinoa. I'm going to turn my temperature down now. So I'm just going to add about, not quite half of what I made. There we go. Move this around. And then we'll add the remainder of our vinaigrette marinade with that smoky paprika. Turn that around. And I'm just going to remove this from the stove and I'll just let this cook. So now I'm going to heat my pan over here and I'm going to add my, my halibut. And then we're ready to eat. We're ready to go. Put our halibut in there. Right at the end I'm going to add some shrimp. Let that cook up for a few minutes and we're done. Now I learned this little trick from a master chef, my friend Issa. She's my best friend, and let me tell you, that girl can cook. So I learned this little trick. Put some olive oil in here. I'm going to take my quinoa. It has the onions and peppers, the vinaigrette, some diced shrimp, and I'm going to pack it really well. You want to make sure that you pack it really well, because if not, when you go to pour it out, or tip it out I should say, it is going to go all over. Ask me how I know that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my extra shrimp that I made, pack those on the bottom like that, push them in. There we go. And then I'm going to take my plate and turn it upside down like that, over on top. And I guess I didn't pack it tight enough. That looks like hell. Isa, I need a cooking lesson. Alright, well, you know, I'm all about presentation, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to pack that more. I guess I didn't pack it enough. And I got to take a picture of this. So I have to clean my plate. Let me try it one more time. Better. Okay. Now I'm going to take my halibut. I'm going to lay my halibut in there like that. And then we're going to finish it off with a little fresh Italian parsley. This kind of just makes it look nice. And if I'm eating alone, I wouldn't be doing this, but I'm eating alone tonight because you didn't show up. Okay, that is it. There we go. Boom. Done. 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 Finito. I hope you try it. I think it's going to be really good. I will let you know how good it is. But that's my dinner. Have a great night. Thanks for watching me and all my mistakes. Have a good night.